Hello, my name is Brianna Day, and I will be entering the short film animation contest for UIL. My animation will be entitled The Purple Butterfly. It's about a father, David, who has been struggling to deal with his daughter's death at the hands of his drinking problem, and his grief manifests in the form of visions of his daughter throughout the film. The scene opens with a crowded bar in black and white. The only thing of color is a glass containing a yellow substance belonging to a man sitting alone, appearing to be lost in thought. While other people converse around him, the man sits in silence as the frame zooms in on him. The next shot is from the eyes of the man holding the glass. Suddenly, the bar melts away and the noises fade out. There is nothing but black around him, and he is still holding the glass. Seemingly from nowhere, a purple butterfly lands on the rim of his drink. The butterfly flies off of the rim and onto the finger of a little girl wearing a yellow dress. David, Maggie? Maggie looks at him and mouths something David is unable to understand, and the butterfly flies back onto the rim of his drink. David, Maggie, say something. David looks back at the butterfly on his drink, and when he looks up, he is back at the bar. His confusion is interrupted by the bartender's voice. The bartender, I said, are you ready for your check? David hesitantly throws some cash onto the table and leaves to his car. The next scene is of him getting in his car. Still from his eyes, he blinks and he's suddenly on the road. A purple butterfly lands on his steering wheel and flies behind him. David looks in the rearview mirror and sees Maggie in the back seat, but her yellow dress is now stained red and blood drips down her face. He looks back onto the road. David checks the rearview mirror again, and she's gone. He blinks, and he's now standing in front of a door and goes inside. He finds the interior of a house. He sees a purple butterfly fluttering in front of him and flying down a corridor. He angrily follows and tries to catch it, but flies into an open door before he is able. David bursts through the room, and it's a little girl's bedroom, devoid of color except for her bed, which is filled with purple butterflies. Sitting on the bed is a woman, crying and clutching a yellow dress. She turns her attention to David. Her sadness shifts to anger quickly. Lisa, through her tears, what are you doing here? I told you I needed space. What part of that do you not understand? David, Maggie. Lisa, are you drunk? Are you kidding me? You said you would stop after what happened to Maggie. David, angrily. That wasn't my fault. Suddenly crying, I didn't mean to. Lisa, she snaps. I can't do this anymore. Why can't you just admit that you're a drunken coward? I told you that you had a problem and you didn't listen. Now Maggie is dead because of it. She was my daughter too. Did you ever think of that? Lisa storms out of the room. David goes to pick up the yellow dress she left behind. He looks up and he's suddenly in the bathroom facing a mirror and holding a gun to his head. He clutches the yellow dress and tears roll down his face. Suddenly, a purple butterfly appears on the hand that is holding the gun. Maggie appears in the mirror behind him and slowly shakes her head no, with tears in her eyes. David begins to sob. He holds the yellow dress. The next scene is of him putting down the neatly folded yellow dress onto a grave. The headstone reads, Magnolia Norman, 2003 to 2007. He sets a bouquet of flowers. A purple butterfly lands on his finger and flutters away. As it does, the world turns into color. The credits begin to roll. Thank you.